everyone, I'm Lizzie and this is Lizzie Reads and welcome to my haul. I guess I could call it an April book haul, but all of these books I got because few weeks ago, last week? I think it was last week, I handed in my dissertation and I'm finished with uni, and as a little treat to myself I thought I'd buy a couple of books, and books I've been looking at for a while, but I went in and picked up a couple of books. I thought, oh, I haven't, like, books I hadn't planned to buy, because quite often I plan to buy books, and I'll buy like a couple every month, not too many, or like every few months or something. But I bought a few that I'd just been thinking about, but I hadn't actually actively planned. Yeah, so I've done a lot of spending recently on books, but that should do me for a little while. But I thought you guys might be interested to know, because I don't usually do book hauls. I've only had a sort of couple, like birthday and Christmas. But yes, let's get into seeing the books I bought. I thought I'd start with one of my more recent acquisitions, and that is Martin Luther King Jr. It's one of these little Penguin modern classics, and it's the first one, and Letter from Birmingham Jail, and obviously he's talking about a lot of important things in here to do with race, and I really wanted to read this. When I looked at all of the ones that were there, it was the first one. It really stood out to me, and I thought it was just £1, and I thought I'd see how I get on with it, because I like little books like this as well. And one of the other books I was buying from Waterstones was £9, and in order to get a stamp on my Waterstones card, I needed to spend £10. So I bought this just to top it up, and I thought I really wanted to. And in the same shop, in the same like trip into the shop, I bought Stephen King on Writing, a memoir of the craft, sorry. And I've heard a lot of good things about this. I've only read one book by Stephen King, and that was it. And it wasn't my favourite, but I definitely could see that I might enjoy some of his other works. I think I've done a video where I've spoken about it. I might link it down below if I have. And but I've heard a lot of people said that no matter whether they like his work or not, they found it very inspiring to write and to like get them on the writing bandwagon. And I've been really burnt out of writing because of uni, and I just want to get back into it slowly, and I want to read some books like this, and I think I've got some time before I go back to work, like work, and where I'm not doing anything apart from reading and seeing friends and doing a few nice things. So I thought I'll give this a go, see if it inspires me to write. Hopefully it does. I think Vanessa from Shabosky said that she really enjoyed this, and I'll link her channel down below. So yeah, I thought I've been thinking about buying it for a while, so I'm glad I finally did. Now, two books that I definitely bought, needed to buy, couldn't help myself, was Gemina by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, and Obsidio by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Now, I've read the first two books in the series, including this one, but I read this on Kindle, which I downloaded from the library when I didn't have a lot of money, and I thought, as a treat to myself, because I love this series, I've just reread the first one, reread the second one, but I'm going to buy it so I have it in the collection because they're so visually pleasing. And the dossier files, it's very similar to what I said about the first book. It's following on from some like biotech company, and they're sort of causing stirring shit for all the people. They're basically trying to kill people, and there's stuff about AI in here. There's a little bit of romance. I love it. So I'm reading this one at the minute so I can get straight onto this one, because I haven't read this one yet. But I'm really excited to read it. It's like literally one of my most anticipated reads of the year. But I don't know. Obviously, I don't say this a lot, but I know a lot of YouTubers have like anticipated reads of the year. I only have like a couple, so because I'm not really, I don't know, I'm getting more and more into new releases, but they're mainly sort of series at the minute. So I think that's why I'm really excited for that. And then the next couple were sort of books I'd heard of, most of them, and they were just books that I just went in, I saw, and I bought them. So, Big Bones by Laura Dockrill. I've heard Lauren from Lauren in the Books talk about this. I'll link her channel down below. I think this is a YA novel about a young woman who is told she has to write a food diary and sort of watch what she eats. And apparently it's a real sort of love letter to food, and I love food, and apparently it's really body positive, which is really good for me. I think that's such a wonderful thing, and it just looks like a really interesting, fun read. So I think I picked it up, obviously, but tackling some dark, like harder themes. Yeah, I think I'm really going to really enjoy this. So hopefully I do. Then next I've got Scythe. I think Scythe's how you pronounce it, by Neil Shusterman. And this is a sort of fantasy sci-fi. Is it more sci-fi? I think it's more sci-fi. Where death has been eradicated. Like, people don't die of natural causes anymore, or anything like that. I think people either can die from being murdered, and that's about it. So there's an organisation called the Scythe, I think. I know a lot of people talk about this on BookTube, but this is what I think, this is what I've gathered. And they are trying to kill people to keep the population down. And it's meant to be really interesting. And I don't know if there's 2 books out. I'm not sure if it's a duology, trilogy, or what's going on. But yeah, I'm really interested to read this. Reagan from Peru's Project always talks about this. So that's like mainly why I picked it up, because yeah, it's one of her favourites. And some of the books I've read from her recommendations I've really, really enjoyed. So yeah, I'm definitely going to hopefully enjoy that, hopefully read it soon. But I've got many books I need to read soon. And lastly, I read a book that, I bought a book called Greatest Hits by Laura Barnett. I've read one book by Laura Barnett before. I bought it, it was called The Versions of Us. And this book, I think I said before on my channel, this book was, not this book, her other book. It was a book that I always wanted to write. I always wanted to write a book about a split timeline, but the same characters in a split timeline, 2 different events. And I've since like discovered there's a few different books like this that I'd quite be interested in reading. But I picked it up because it sounded like the book that I'd always dreamed about writing this book when I was younger, and it sounded kind of similar. But I enjoyed it, but not as much. I think it's because it was that I did something I've been thinking about for such a long time, that I was really like heavily critical. But I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it, definitely. But this is another one of her novels. But this is about a woman called Cass Wheeler, I think, and I think she's older now, maybe sort of like 60s, 70s, 80s, that sort of age range. So she's reflecting back on her life as an older woman, reflecting on her years, and she's a musician, and she's got 16 songs to pick to represent her life. And it's very musical, and I think there's songs written in here. But yeah, I'm not sure, it just really appealed to me. The cover is beautiful, and I liked her other book, and I really wanted to give her another chance. So this was a complete random pick. I haven't even been following her like on Goodreads or anything, so I didn't even know this was coming out. I didn't even know that this was a thing. So yeah, hopefully I really, really enjoy this, and if I don't, then I know that this author maybe not be for me. But I'm really excited to read this, and it feels very summery, I think. I don't know why, but it feels like it should be a really nice summery vibe. So I got through those books really, really quickly. I suppose I expect it to be as long as a wrap-up, but really in a wrap-up I describe the synopsis sometimes and say my thoughts. But actually I just had to say sort of descriptions. I don't do many hauls, so this is why it probably feels really weird. But I hope you like this video. I know people like hauls, but I only do them when I have sort of a good few books or a few things. But I've got a playlist of a few hauls I'll link down below, and vlogs and things, because I've been doing a lot of vlogs recently. I really hope you enjoy watching any of my videos. If you've read any of these books and think I should read it sooner than the others, just drop me a comment. If you want to read any of these books, just comment, interact, you know, I love a chat. And thank you so much for watching. If you've got this far, I've rambled on for like 10 minutes already. Please like, subscribe and comment. Thank you very much. Bye.